Okay, so for example, like most of the people that follow my YouTube channel and myself, what we want to do is burn fat. All right. So what do you tell somebody like us?
Burn fat? I see.
Most effectively, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, assuming you're already tracking your macronutrient composition, you can't just look at calories. So you have to look at your energy expenditure and your intake. So assuming you're doing that, I mean, honestly, one, make sure you eat enough, because if you don't eat enough, 2, it'll slow your metabolism, and 2, you may be going too hard in one direction, which is not the case for a lot of people, but some people it is. I've had some people that do 2 hours of cardio a day and eat like birds, and they don't lose weight. Well, because your body's starving.
So it's trying to hold on to whatever little bit of fat it has.
Your metabolism actually slows. So for some people, that's the case. If they like cardio too much and they do it too much and they don't eat enough, so that, and make sure you get enough protein, because protein is actually thermogenic. So besides that, honestly, it's look at what you're doing and just try and change a couple variables. If you're doing 20 minutes of cardio a day, okay, well maybe look at it and maybe say, okay, if I'm doing that every day, maybe I can increase it a little bit and maybe take it out a day or two, if it makes sense. Just try and switch a variable. Maybe go 30 or 45 minutes one day. Next day, don't do any. There's a bunch of different things you can do. So I mean,
I got you.
It's really individual to what you're currently doing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what would you say to someone that has never worked out? Right? He's 40% body fat, just someone that needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, you know what? I want to get started tomorrow. I'm gonna join a gym. I'm gonna start dieting something. You know what I mean? What is your advice to that person as far as both exercise and a diet to get started right now?
To get started, honestly, keep it basic. Don't try and go in necessarily and all out at once, because if you're not doing anything and your body fat's already high, you change small things and it's going to make a huge difference.
Okay, sort of like maybe cutting out just sugary drinks. Something like that small would make a difference. That's what you're saying, right?
Exactly. Cutting out sugary drinks. If you do want to go in the gym, a lot of people that I've worked with in the past are like, I want to go in the gym 5 days a week, and they haven't gone in either years or ever. And start small. It'll make a huge difference. Go 3 days, go 2 days,
right?
And try and do everything you can efficiently. And check your source of information. Make sure you don't have to start off with like an insanity workout. Just keep it basic.
Now, here's what I tell a lot of the people that follow me. Something that I tell them is, instead of like, because when you want to begin, people go into like a supplement store and buy supplements buy a fat burner. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, man.
And so, I feel, and this is what I tell people, is that none of that stuff is going to help you unless you're already doing something as far as like diet and exercise.
Exactly.
Because a supplement basically is supplemental to what you're already doing.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. I mean, my last diet, I didn't use a fat burner at all. Just caffeine. Fat burners are really overrated. If you use it too long, it actually decreases your adrenal function. Same thing as too much caffeine would. So I mean, it's really food, man. Food's where it's at, and then of course the diet and exercise. But you can't do anything without the food. You know that.
Absolutely.
So
tell us about you, man. What do you do, and when is your next competition?
Yeah, man. Next competition will be October 29th. So it'll be the DFAC Worlds in Miami. So as far as training, man, right now we're trying something different. I'm hitting everything twice a week. Something I've never done before, and the recovery on that's very tough. Everything has to be perfect. Today I missed. I usually try to get a nap before I train. I missed that, and it makes a difference. So,
right.
But yeah, just trying to maximize that. I'm eating 6 times a day. My macronutrients, are the same every day. I stick within my macronutrient goals to 0.5 gram of everything. And I believe that way you can actually increase the efficiency of your metabolism. So say last year when I was off season, I was 245 pounds, and I was intaking 350 grams of carbs and 55 grams of fat. Now I'm intaking 375 or 385 grams of carbs and 65 grams of fat, just by increasing my macronutrient intake slowly over time and keep my body fat low. My metabolism has actually changed. It's able me to intake more food, and my body composition is not changing as much because I'm actually burning through those calories more efficiently. So I see a lot of people too, they come off a show and if they want a reverse diet, they're not patient enough. It took me, 8 months to get to the point where I am now by going, some weeks I would never change. I'd go a month with the same diet or 2 months. And sometimes I would go 10 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat. So it's all about being patient and then it's enabling your body to actually increase efficiency of the metabolism and stay leaner.
Right.
So when you diet, as you know, when you get leaner, you can do more. You can eat a cookie. You can eat cookies.
Yeah.
If you do that when you're fat, you're just gonna get fatter. So and I know that too, man. I was there last year. So it's just patience and understanding what you're doing with your diet, and you can do amazing things naturally. Right. Without any type of synthetic drugs, and a lot of people don't have the patience, and I get it. I live it.
Everybody wants something fast.
That's all it is, instant gratification, man. Yep. It's tough.
And there comes the whole, going into the supplement store and buying the fat burner, thinking that's gonna make magic happen.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
I
mean, as you know, we can expect to gain a pound of muscle a month.
Yeah.
Right, so that's 12 pounds of muscle a year.
Yeah.
That you're hoping
if you're
to
lucky.
Get. If you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
Now, fat loss is a little quicker. But a healthy way to lose fat, and I'm sure you agree, it's about 1 pound a week.
Yeah.
All right, and a lot of people want to lose 20 pounds in a week, and that's just not naturally possible, right?
Yeah, exactly, man.
It's not supposed to happen that way. The body's not that way, right?
It's not, man. I tell you though, when I won my pro card in 2014, I did a show. I took second. Wasn't happy with how I looked, and I binged afterwards. I was about 180 pounds on stage. And that was Saturday night. Sunday, I got back the next day, about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I stepped on the scale. I was about 205, 207. A lot of course, a lot of that's water.
Water weight, right?
But it was also fat. My abs were blurry, and actually, I got home about 5 days later. I got a call from a promoter that said, "Hey, you want to do this show? You have a good shot. We need some people to do it, and I think you have a good shot." And I actually knew her from a show a year before that. So I said, I don't know, I'm fat now. And I talked to my girlfriend, and I did it, but I had to. I was still about 207, 208, and what I had to do is I dropped a pound a day for 21 days. I had to drop 21 pounds. Cardio was about 2.5 hours a day, which I would never recommend to anyone, but I didn't go into it wanting to be better. I just wanted to go into it just enough to win. And fortunately I did, but that's not healthy. So don't
recommend that.
Don't do that. Right? Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually did a 3-week extreme cut.
Yeah.
And I did basically I put out a video basically every day of my progress or whatever, and I've said before I even got started, I don't recommend anyone to do this. Because, first of all, people want to get started into crazy programs, but they don't have the foundation, which is the habit of just the little things. Right? Like, first of all, get to the gym 3 times a week, consistently, and then add to that shit. Right? Most people just want to jump into 6 days a week and eat only grass every day, and of course, boom, shot down, right?
Exactly.
They're gonna quit in about a month. And so, that's something I speak about all the time. And, it's crazy, but that's just what people expect, and it's not real. It's not supposed to be that way.
It's not real, man. I mean, it's the problem with that, though, is really social media. People see people, eat pizza and say how lean they are, and like it fits in your macros. It's really a contest to see how many Pop-Tarts I can eat and not get fat. Which is nonsense, because that's not the original, idea of actual foundation of, flexible dieting, which is unfortunate. But, you can't go really by what you see, man. You got to get your 6 meals, and I have people that talk to me about what's the best branched chain amino acid powder, or what's the best protein, or the best is what's the best pre-workout or natural test booster. And I ask them what they had to eat, before they train, and they say I had a protein shake. Okay, well, what'd you have with it? So if you can't get the basic foundation, man, then supplements is the least of your worries.
It's nothing, right?
It's like, if you can't get your meals in every day, then, the things like carb cycling and sodium loading or something like that are just like,
all of those are tools to what you are already doing.
Right.
You gotta have the diet, you gotta have the exercise, you gotta have the habit.
Right.
Then you add all these cool things, right?
Right. I mean, it's like, when you first start training, your body's going to respond very quickly. Some people more than others,
Right.
but and people, when they don't see that consistently after 6 months, whatever, how long it is, your body stops responding, probably because you do the same thing. Then they say, okay, well, that's it. I either need a supplement,
Right.
or something synthetic like anabolic to progress.
Right.
So it's
The easy way, right?
the easy way, and it's unfortunate, man. But not a lot of people want to do it the hard way. It's a small group, man. And I have respect for anybody that chooses to do it that way. Not that I don't have respect the other way, but it's a different road, man. It's tough, You got to do a lot of things the hard way, and you got to finish a lot more things. I think anabolics and certain supplements like that, they cover a lot of mistakes up. I miss a meal, okay, well, that's fine. You can get away with that doing that. Or I miss a training session.
It hurts you when you're natural.
It does. It does. Your body. Obviously, we have different things working against us. So we have to do everything perfect. Otherwise you're not going to reach your full potential. And of course, that's the same with anabolics, but it covers a lot of, and it obviously enables you to reach beyond what you would naturally. So for me, I got to work, 10 times as hard and make sure all my bases is covered. Okay, well, I can't go to sleep unless I have my 6 meals. If I meet my goals, or if I'm training, I want to quit on a rep, I can't do it. I have to essentially go against my genetics.
Right.
And do it naturally, which, it's a challenge, but it's one I'm up for, and one I don't think a lot of people are up for, but
Right.
it's a fun challenge, tough challenge.
So let me ask you this, and I'm sure everyone wants to know, what's your motivation? What motivates you to get up every morning and hit the gym and follow this goal that is one of the hardest things anybody can do, which is changing your body, putting your body through pain, and competing against the top athletes in the world? What motivates you, like currently? What helps you to get up in the morning and come in here and put in the work and eat that food and not eat that food, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I look at a lot of the natural bodybuilders that I admire their physiques, and there's a lot of guys can get lean, but there's not a whole lot of guys that pack a lot of muscle. And the ones that do, I have tremendous respect for. Like if you look at like a Doug Miller or Philip Ricardo or like Siobhan Cunningham or David Kay, all these guys are able to pack on a lot of muscle and get extremely shredded. And for me, that's my motivation. Not obviously I do it for myself, but I look at that and say, okay, I can do that. And no one really cares about natural bodybuilding, which is unfortunate. It's not a huge, everybody wants to see the freak. And my ultimate goal is to be able to bring that to a natural bodybuilding show, like a Doug Miller can, or a Philip Ricardo can with his crazy detail. So I think, obviously everything I've done, I've always wanted to be the best at, man. And I think that's why I still do it naturally, because I can still find ways to make improvements. That's really my motivation to try and be the best version of myself and ultimately compete against the best in the world. Everybody wants to find something that they think they can be the best at, and that's it. And before I even started to be competitive, it was just be a better version of yourself, man. I like training, like the way it feels. So
Right.
Even if I competed or not, I'd still train, because I can't live without that feeling. So that's the motivation, man, is to try and
Just be a better version of yourself.
try and be a better version of myself, and try and do some good things in natural bodybuilding. Not to say that good things aren't already done, but try and take where everybody else is taking it and run with it. I think that's all everybody's doing it. That's doing what I'm doing. So yeah, man.
Awesome, dude. And you were telling me that you're helping people out now with dieting.
Yeah.
And not just necessarily athletes, but just regular people that want to burn, cut some fat.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. How can people reach you if they wanted to, get to you and get some help from you?
Yeah, man. It's email. It's just my name. It's Zach, ZAC, dot, and then Lavoie, LAVOIE, at live.com. And or my Instagram, which is Zach _ then Powerhouse. A lot of the people I work with are just people that really want to lose weight. not a lot of competitive athletes, and the reason being is it's stressful. I know how it is, so maybe eventually I would do that, you know. But in the meantime, it's just really people that want to lose weight and you know, specific goals or health goals. But that's really where it's at now, because as I know, a competitor is stressful. You have to check in all the time, and you know, consistently most of the time on a daily basis towards the end.
Right.
So it's just stressful working with people when you're also, like myself, trying to do the same thing. So mostly people that are non-competitive right now.
Okay. Now, of course, we all know that 70% of this game is diet.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure you've seen it, but like, there's a lot of people that, you know, work with trainers or work out 5-6 days a week, but lose no weight or do not get in shape. Reason why is because they don't know diet.
Exactly.
And there's a lot that goes into diet, as I've talked in other videos, like timing, when to eat the carbs more effectively. You know what I mean? Like all of these different aspects that go into diet, not just necessarily macros.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I like to stress to my people, because, you know, they see my videos of me working out and they don't understand that that's just 30%. You know, that's only a supplement to what I'm already doing.
Exactly.
Which is my diet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but anyway, Zach, I mean, we appreciate you talking to us and giving us your feedback. And of course, you know, I'm going to go ahead and put the links below so you guys can, you know, get a hold of Zach if you need to at his email or his Instagram, and we'll keep in touch.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you, Zach.